I gotta talk about this now. It can't wait. I'm at episode 7, so I'm almost done. Netflix did it again! Despite making their creator leave, that was a fair point to have some worry about the show. In fact, there were tons of articles saying that the show wasn't going to do certain things. In fact, only 2 changes were correct, but the rest, I don't know what is going on. I don't know if somebody was just messing with us, somebody was trolling, or if Netflix did that on purpose, and if they did, please don't do that again. 2 examples. One article said we weren't going to see the comic. You see that in the first episode. Another said they weren't going to show how Zuko got his scar. They showed it in episode 6. On to the show. The first 20 minutes of the first episode was basically a prologue to the show, and it was fine to see the Air Nomads before the Foundation wiped them out. On to those 2 changes. One was toning Sokka down, and it was fine. It still baffles me though because that attitude goes away after he meets Suki. And the other was dialing back Katara, and I don't mind that either because that just means when she gets her pissed off moment, it will be good. She will be freaking pissed. The show definitely had way more time to cover book 1, the time Shyamalan didn't get. Speaking of, Aang's Airbender tattoos are actually cool. I thought the Netflix version was a downgrade from the original because it looked like you just plastered the original Airbender tattoos there. But when you get a closer look, there's some cool patterns in the tattoo, so they basically combine the original and Shyamalan's version. Zuko, this actor is definitely hitting it out of the park. He does a way better job than Dev Patel did. Uncle Iroh, another great one. The series even covered, him losing his son. And in that scene, you hear that song that he sang in the original series. And that's some great detail because you know that they could have just used some sad song in that scene. And one thing about Zuko though, you see the scar, it's weird that he still has his left eyebrow because that got burned off. But I understand it, an actor thing. Maybe he was doing other projects at the time so he couldn't just shave that eyebrow. And Azula, it's fine to see her early, basically showing what she was doing before showing up in book 2, and the actress definitely got the character down. The bending effects are great, they're covering everything else right, and the prison breakout scene, the Blue Demon, Shyamalan's version is honestly better. I'd ask what's next, but I doubt they'll use another anime IP anytime soon because Avatar will be 4 seasons. So y'all better get off right. And out of their adaptations, One Piece is still ranked number 1, Avatar at number 2, and Yu Yu Hakusho at number 3. After Netflix is done with this though, I don't know, I'd honestly like to see them adapt Dragon Ball Z. Honestly, more so than Disney right now because of what they're doing to X-Men. And I mentioned Naruto, but Legendary Pictures got that one right now. And like I said before, WB better make another Bleach movie. And we are definitely going to see more anime adaptations in 5 years or 10 tops. You see what I mean? When it comes to Shyamalan not having enough time, that teaser wasn't in the movie. He clearly didn't get to make that scene fully. Shyamalan has been on a roll of good movies these days. I hope he gets some kind of redemption for this. Either Netflix lets him direct an episode, or he just makes a short film. Even that would be enough. So it turns out Shyamalan was just completely screwed over when it comes to his Avatar film. The creators actually okayed his original script, but then Paramount happened. Mentioning cutting costs when it comes to movie sets. Man, that explains so much. And here I thought Shyamalan just wasn't given enough time. No, Paramount were just trying to save so much freaking money. Even though they would have made that money back if the movie was good. And a lot of the BS can be tied back to a specific person. Nelson Peltz. Yeah, his name has been going around lately. His daughter was the one to play Katara, so that happened because of him. And this guy is trying to get a seat on Disney's board of directors. So all the people that bashed on Shyamalan's version for years, y'all owe him an apology. And now I really hope Netflix lets him direct an episode for Avatar Season 2 or 3. Again, the guy did his research. Perhaps let him direct the episode where Toph shows up. Well, in the anime adaptation game, Netflix got a rival. Okay, so WB, specifically WB Japan, made the Bleach movie which had no business being as good as it is. And I thought that was it. I thought WB didn't do anything else. They also made the Full Metal Alchemist movie which I remember on Netflix. And that came out the year before Bleach. Came out in 2017. This got a trilogy. 2 more got made, what came out in 2022. I don't know how I missed this. I'm currently watching the second one. I remember the first one covered up to the point where, you know, the absolute worst father in anime history did alchemy on his own daughter. I remember that. This movie got Louis Armstrong right. It even got Mei Chang and the freaking panda right. As far as the CGI, and I just love that they didn't change a thing. And then there's Edward, and that actor definitely got his character right. Down to Edward not liking it when people call him short. And the metal arm is CGI, and that's something I gotta say. That could be done either way, either CGI or practical effects, but they went with CGI here. And the one big thing, the one elephant in the room to talk about is the casting for everybody here, actually. It's not bad, don't get me wrong, especially on characters like Edward. They got blonde hair on them. Either it's a wig or they dyed their hair blonde. Unlike Supergirl, it's just that everyone is aging in a setting that's supposed to be a different era of old UK. All this time, I thought it was Germany. Scar definitely stands out the most. He definitely isn't dark skinned like the original. But the point is, it's not a problem like the race wash mess over here because it's Japan. Seriously, other ethnicities are actually rare over there, so when doing anime adaptations over there, they just gotta work with what they got, you know? It's still freaking surprising that Full Metal Alchemist got a whole freaking trilogy from WB, yet they're leaving Bleach hanging. Seriously, the anime is back, so why not give them at least one other movie? But I like that there's some competition going. Netflix isn't the only one getting all these anime IPs. And these two are tied up in good adaptations right now. Netflix got One Piece and Yu Yu Hakusho, WB got Bleach and Full Metal Alchemist.